Oh yeah, we back. Reading them Reddits. And in this post today, we about to get into am I the A for letting you know that I wanted to divorce you by sending a thread on the website that you ignore me on? Huh? Yeah, that's right. And also, we're gonna get into, well, am I the A for telling my sister she's not allowed to bring her homemade food to the Thanksgiving? Yeah. Am I the A for telling my sister she can't bring her homemade food to Thanksgiving because she gonna ruin the meal? So, we're gonna get into these stories. We're gonna talk about that. Let's start with the first one. Oh yeah. Am I the A for letting my husband know? She didn't have that written here, but you know, you can see it on the post. It says he in a few places. So, am I the A for letting my husband know that I'm sending him threads for divorce on the same website he ignores me on? Here we go. Now, it seems as though before we get into it, it's an update. It says, tiny update. Stefan has seen this post. Okay. He is mad that apparently one of you found him based on the rate my boobs thing. Oh yeah, this is interesting. He has deleted his account. For any purposes, I want to clarify that I left out any incriminating information that could lead to doxing him. Yeah, y'all better not be doxing him. All right, there better not be no doxing going on. I don't really know. Y'all leave him alone. Any and all people who are pretending to know me or have any incriminating information about me are lying. I'm not from South Carolina. I'm not moving in with any other guy. And I'm also not sleeping around. All right, then. Let's get into it. Now, hi, Stefan. Maybe you'll finally listen. Stefan in trouble. And if you're wondering, you can't speed home and stop me from doing this and leaving. It's too late. I'm sending you this after I've already loaded everything into the car. Don't worry. I spoke to our landlord. And took my name off the lease. I set up a direct deposit for next month's rent. After that, you're on your own, buddy. Buddy. Oh, this isn't good. I guess you're wondering why. I'm guessing you're acting like you're completely blindsided, right? Because you've done nothing absolutely wrong. And you're a great husband to be, aren't you? Well, buddy, let me break it down for you in a language you understand. Now, I don't know this lady's name, but she sounds like she is hot, super pissed off. Okay, well, buddy, let's talk about it, buddy. I, a 29-year-old female, have been married to my husband, 35, for 5 years, and we've been together for nearly 10. On paper, everything seemed fine, but in reality, our marriage has been anything but. I've reached my breaking point, and I need to know if I am the one wrong here. From the beginning, my mill, for those who don't know, my mother-in-law has been a nightmare. She made everything about her from day one. Our wedding, she wore white, claiming it was a family tradition. It wasn't. She's consistently criticizing me, from my cooking to my appearance. I'll never forget the time she called me fat at the family gathering right in front of everyone. And what did my husband do? Nothing. Not a single word to defend me. Now, if you're skinny, that's not cool, right? I've never seen this person. The mother-in-law sounds like she's a little bit mean, but if you was a little heavy set or big, they're still not nice to the mother-in-law. You shouldn't be calling people anything. Live your life. Okay, get back to this. Not a single word to defend me. He was over there snickering in the corner. I've been waiting to say it too. It didn't stop there. She accidentally destroyed my belongings, including my grandmother's necklace, which she threw out because it looked like it was cheap custom jewelry. She's gone out of her way to make me feel small and unwelcomed in my own house. Now, it doesn't say if she's living with you, because if she's living with you, golly, I'm so sorry. But every time I tried to talk to my husband about it, he brushed it off, saying I was overreacting, being too emotional.
Nah, you're just overreacting, being too emotional.
And then there's my husband. He's always on Reddit. Uh-oh. I say that because she said earlier that she sent out something on the website that he's always on. There's my husband. He's always on Reddit, consistently giving strangers relationship advice. Which is laughable considering how he treats me. He spends more time rating women's boobs on Reddit. There it is. Rating women's boobs on Reddit than talking to me. Literally. And just so you know, the last pair he rated weren't a 4 out of 10. They were a 10 out of 10. Oh, damn. She looking too. They might be doing this together. Yeah, he's got plenty of time to do that, but can't be bothered to remember anything about my life. He'll forget my birthday, our anniversary, and even simple things like what I'm working on or what's important to me. But he has the perfect memory when it comes to his work schedule and things that matter to him. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of people do. Your husband ain't the only one. That seems to be like a real thing for a lot of people out there. We fight. No, my bad. When we fight, he becomes incredibly hostile and is always throwing sarcastic buddy at the end of his sentences. Yeah, you heard what I said, buddy. Yeah, because every time I step on that, that's just the way I sleep, buddy. I don't want to talk about it, buddy. Uh-oh, that's not good, buddy. So when we fight, he throws buddy at the end of his sentences, like I'm his acquaintance he can barely tolerate. And he never cleans the house, the dishes, the laundry, you name it. It's all on me. It's like he thinks being an adult is optional. That's another one. There's a lot of them out there. As long as he gets his job on his Reddit account. As long as he got his job on his Reddit account. They pay him to rate boobs? I wonder how many hours he's put into rating boobs. Anyway, the final straw came a few weeks ago. And is that really a job? Like, if they paying him and that's a job, then that's wild. But like, if that's one of them things where he sits down and he's like, nah, I'm working, and it's just him rating boobs on Reddit, like, I don't know. And what girls is putting up their boob? Never mind. The final straw came a few weeks ago. I'm 5 months pregnant with our first child, a daughter. My mother-in-law started making comments about how she'll have to whip that girl into shape and how she'll raise her to be tough because I'm soft. When I told my husband that I didn't want his mother to have much of an influence in our daughter's life, especially with the way that she treats me, he just laughed it off, saying his mother means well, and that I was overthinking it. But the moment that truly broke me was when we were talking about our future childcare, and my husband suggested that his mother should be the one to watch our daughter while we work. I told him I wasn't comfortable with that, especially considering how his mother treats me. And he snapped, called me paranoid, and said I should get over it because his mother was going to be a big part of our daughter's life, whether I liked it or not. Now, this is the same woman who believes in corporal punishment. It's okay. I've seen her hit my husband's nephew for the smallest things. You're not drinking that water right. You didn't look to the left. Pick that up. No one does anything about it. It's like they're living in some kind of a cult. I'm finally waking up. I smell the coffee beans. To the reality of what's going on. If he wouldn't stand up for me, how could I expect him to stand up for our child? I started to fear what kind of an environment our daughter would grow up in. A place where she might be belittled or bullied by her own grandmother with a father who wouldn't do anything about it. She said, he ain't had the balls to say nothing. Oh, and did I mention that he missed our first ultrasound? His mother needed help. His mother needed him. That's what she said. Needed his help with something urgent. It turned out to be fixing her Wi-Fi. He chose seeing his daughter for the first time. That told me everything, where I stand in his life. That's right, fixing the Wi-Fi. So I packed up and left. I'm done living like this. Oh, and in case you're wondering, I've already contacted a lawyer. You can't scare me into complying anymore because all I have is those texts. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So, Stefan, I wish you all the best in your future marriage with your mother and the woman of Reddit with those boobs you don't even deserve. Am I the boobs? Does he touch these boobs? He can't even touch the boobs. Am I the asshole for leaving my husband after he's neglected me for years, let his mother mistreat me, and made me fear our daughter's future safety? Oh, you got a lot going on here. Okay? I really can't get over the fact that you said that this motherfucker got a job on Reddit rating boobs. Like, that's nuts. Okay? And they found him on Reddit. Like, how you get over the fact that they found him? Of course they found him. He been rating boobs for probably 10 years. He was probably rating boobs way before you. I mean, they say that. Let's see, how old is he? He's 35, y'all. Let's see, you were all together for nearly 10 years. I knew it. So, yeah, he's been rating boobs for 10 years. So, yeah, he's been doing that since 15 probably. That's nothing new. He used to stare off into space about him. Boobies. But, you know what? Let's see what these comments got to say. All right, so, Stefan buddy, please reply and tell us how much a good boy you are. Mommy will be so proud. My mommy was right about you. She told me you weren't worth me and you'd pull some stuff like this. I wonder if that is Stefan. That would be hilarious, actually. That person gave me flashbacks of my ex. Okay. We're not even giving that. I wish you well in your new life. All right. Not the A. I hope Stefan and his mommy wife are eternally trapped with each other. She failed raising her son into complete, anonymous human and would have tried to damage your daughter. He would have let her. Probably would have let her. Not the A. Questions for Stefan. Do you scroll through Reddit comparing boobs to your mom's while she's breastfeeding you? Ting ting. Oh. So now what you need to do is send the link of this post to Stefan. Wouldn't want him to possibly miss it. Good luck. You'll be great now that you've lost the 200 pounds that you were hanging on to your neck. I'm sure mommy will be thrilled now that you're getting. I'm sure mommy will be thrilled now that you're gone and she's gained 200 pounds. Oh, wow. Yeah, so, you know, if you're really going through it like you said you were going through it over there, obviously it's a tough one, right? And you ran for the hills if you felt like there was a cult like following going on and you felt like these things are happening. Um, I mean, you all waited. So you was 19 when you got with him, and he was 25 at the time. And you all waited quite some time before you even got to the point of having a kid. I mean, I guess that's good on you all's part, but clearly there was something stopping it all those other years because things weren't right. And, after 10 years, you saw the light. And so if you felt that's what you needed to do, I mean, you got a lot of people's support, and we wish you the best. The buddy thing would be and the buddy thing would be an identifier to me. He must stay there at all times. If I added buddy to the end of my argument, my wife would the end of my argument with my wife, all my shit would be immediately teleported to the front lawn. Oh, yeah. If he does grow a pair, I bet they would be a 10 out of 10. This is brilliant. I wish you could give this post gold because this was brilliant. F you, I'm leaving you note. And not only did OP post the note where other people would find it. Okay, so they're using the terminology that's used on here. So basically, not only did the OP post the note where the boob channels would find it and read it, but also found a very clever way to make it public. Make sure all the custody arrangements and visitation agreements are done with your lawyer and the judge and without your former mother-in-law. I'm sorry it came to this, and your ex never deserved you. Obviously. Yeah, Stefan, you suck. The next person goes, bleep you, Stefan, but not literally. I hope no one touches him for the rest of his life. Except perhaps his mom's. I bet that would be. Oh, they're nuts. So it's messed up, people trying to control the lives. That is funny. Messed up. Now, let's get over here and check out this Thanksgiving stuff. Final update. All right, let's check out this Thanksgiving post over here. We'll be reading in Reddits. Final update. For telling my sister she's not allowed to bring her husband's food to Thanksgiving because her cooking ruined the meal. Thanksgiving dinner is officially over, and I genuinely don't know where to start. I feel like I just lived through a fever dream of culinary chaos and family drama, and I need a moment to breathe. You take that before I can express and even process everything. My cousin and I are headed out for drinks to dissect all of it because honestly, what just happened deserves its own Netflix special. I'll post photos later when I get home, but for now, let me give you the rundown. So, my sister showed up earlier than expected, which I should have seen coming. She came in like a storm, carrying not just her 3 dishes, but a giant platter wrapped in foil, which was clearly trying to make a big deal about. She immediately started rearranging the table, moving all of the dishes to the side so hers could take center stage. Even brought her own table runner and candles, saying something about setting the mood for a creative dining experience. I decided not to fight her on it because at this point, I just wanted to get her I just wanted to get through the night without a blow up. It sound like she's the new chef in town. Her trio experience was, well, let's just say it was everything I feared and more. She started with a glittery sweet potato mash that somehow managed to taste like a mix of sugar and a mix of sugar and sand. The glitter wasn't even edible. It was craft glitter, which I don't even realize until one of the kids said, "This is crunchy." And I looked closer, and there was the cranberry and oyster relish. Yes, oysters and cranberries. What? I I looked like someone just spilled jam into clam powder, and the smell alone was enough to make me lose my appetite. Finally, she brought a pumpkin curry casserole. What the fuck? That had raised a pumpkin curry casserole. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. That don't sound too appealing. Like, I'm over here sweating listening to that. That had raisins in it for some reason. This weird, fishy smell that clinged in the air for a long time. Yo. That was the oysters, by the way. But the piece the piece de resistance was her surprise dish. It was her centerpiece, which turned out to be a turkey gluten mold. Yes, she took ground turkey, mixed it in some kind of broth and seasoning, and turned it into a wobbly, translucent mold shape like turkey. She even garnished it with parsley and cherry tomatoes to make it festive. I wish I were kidding. The entire table went silent when she unveiled it, except for my cousin, who immediately started coughing to cover up what I'm pretty sure was a laugh. Things hit their peak when my mom, who has been defending her the entire time. No, my baby can cook. No, don't talk about my baby's dish. That last sweet potato with the cherries on the inside. Oh, they had the glittered sweet potatoes were good. Wait a minute, those cranberry oyster rocks? I'm on it. Don't you talk about my baby. Okay? Things hit the peak when my mom, who been defending her the entire time, took a bite of that gelatin mold and just froze. And just froze. She didn't say anything. But you could see the regret on her face. She was pissed. Who the fuck? You could see the regret on her face. My sister noticed the lack of enthusiasm, decided to go on this long speech about how Thanksgiving food is, well, too boring, and how she's trying to collaborate or challenge our plates. She even called my ham and mashed potatoes uninspired, which was rich coming from someone serving glittered sand potatoes. Glittered sand potatoes. Now, if you thought it was bad there, the real breaking point, because the breaking point wasn't there clearly, she's saying there's more breaking points. The breaking point came again when my aunt, who usually is the peacekeeper, tried that gelatin mold and, well, actually gagged. She tried to be polite about it, but my sister saw her reaction and completely lost it. She started yelling about how nobody in the family supports her. I told y'all she was becoming a chef, and how we're all stuck in the past with our unoriginal food. She's living in the future. She even accused me of sabotaging her dishes by not hyping them up enough to everyone. Why don't you talk about tell them it's gonna be good. Tell them this is gonna be the best they've ever had. Tell them. Well, I ain't never actually tried that shit. I don't really know how it's gonna taste. Every time I see you cook, you don't even wash your hands. It's gonna be the best, okay? This is gonna be the one. My sister said I sabotaged it because I didn't even begin to hype her up. At this point, half of the table was trying not to laugh, and the other half was just staring at their plates, wondering how we got here. My sister ended up storming out the house, but not before saying something along the lines of, "You'll regret not appreciate." I told y'all she was trying to be a chef. "You'll regret not appreciating my vision when I'm famous." She left most of her food behind, which my cousins and I quietly threw out after dinner. The rest of the night actually turned out to be pretty nice. The tension was gone. My dad's emergency ham was a lifesaver, and everyone agreed that next year we're either going to a restaurant or just skipping Thanksgiving altogether. So I'm sitting here wondering how this even became my life. I'll post photos later because you all need to see the turkey gelatin mold to believe it. But for now, I'm off to grab a drink or three with my cousin, laugh/cry over everything that went down. This Thanksgiving is truly something else, and I don't know whether to feel relieved it's over or brace myself for whatever fresh chaos my sister has planned for next year. Stay tuned with photos. They'll be worth it. All right, then. No, I wonder, I don't think Popcorn gives out photos at the comments, and I don't see updates. So I don't know if this person went back and got a lot of comments. Post Karma. Maybe we can't find photos. All right, so. All right. This girl had a gelatin mold for a turkey. She had cranberry oysters, right? She a visionary. That's what that is. She a visionary. Okay, I can see it. But it don't taste. It gotta taste good. Damn it. All right. If you're gonna make it, you gotta be able to taste it. Now, nobody else said you was eating your shit at the table, so that says a lot. And did you even try it before it left the kitchen? Says a lot too. But anyway, at any rate, sister, I think that if you all didn't discuss who had food to be prepared and planned out before what was happening and who was coming over, then your sister was an asshole for coming over doing that. And if she was supposed to be part of the meal preparations and that's the shit that she chose to put together for you, well, then she's also a bit of then she's a visionary asshole, right? She's an asshole of a visionary and a visionary asshole, I guess. But that's just if, you all already pre-planned who had what for meals. Now, for her coming over and stealing the spotlight, because she had that gelatin mold of a turkey. Well, I'm sorry. That's some bullshit, to be honest with you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. My best advice to you is tell you and your family to take yourselves outside, because I didn't hear anybody else say that they liked nobody else say it, but it seems like you had a pretty decent amount of family over there. And next year, you all won't have to criticize each other's food. You can criticize the restaurant's food if you just take yourselves out. And, after that, you can go back home with the people you really like. I'm just saying. If your sister even comes by next year, okay? Let's check out these comments. Craft glitter is crazy. I'm pretty sure it's actually health hazard. actually health hazard, and you better keep looking at your kids in case they feel bad. She ain't lying. It says, edit. So many people say this story is fake and generated by ChatGPT, so please know it. I don't know. This actually is a health hazard. I do lots of craft and glitter, and it is different from food grade sugar glitter in sense of it being literal plastic. Yeah, that's not cool. I hope that if nothing else comes of this, mom and aunt learn the difference between supporting and enabling someone. I just made my wife aware of the entire saga, and now we're anticipating the photos. I told her turkey was turkey was gelatin mold. She lost it. Yeah, right? We all looking for the photos. Let me see if they got them here. Showstopper, the saga of the wife continued. Nobody got the photos. Wait, she said she put the photos up? All right, Thanksgiving's for following. I'll have the photos up later. I don't see the photos. So what really funny and ironic to me is her combination of meats, gelatin mold, and then calling everybody else stuck in the past. A meat gelatin mold were very popular in the 50s. And only one stuck in some horrific past is her. The only one stuck in the past is her. Not to mention, how does she think we got here with food, ? Generations of experimentation, but somehow she knows best her clam and cranberry concoction. It's experimental. Maybe learn what palate is before you start throwing crap together and calling yourself inspired. Oh, you can get her cooking classes and tell her it is so that she can show you her food, so that she can show her food to professionals and get her foot in the door while being like-minded, by being around like-minded individuals. That's nuts. You know what I like from this is, you are absolutely right, Turner Girl Rad. She is living in the past, and we miss that, because gelatin meat gelatin, that's an old time in the 50s type thing, like you said. And with that being said, let's see. With that being said, we're going to let y'all go. You guys go ahead, have yourself a good day. Good looking on tuning into the Twisted Tweed. Good looking on tuning in to the Twisted Tato, where we come to bring you these Reddit reviews. Oh yeah. Good looking on tuning into the Twisted T2, where we bring you these Reddit reviews. Oh yeah.